Hello, party people! Welcome to the Jank Drawer. My name is Sam, this is the Jank Drawer, and today, as in most Tuesdays, we are going to be playing some Football Manager. Specifically, we're going to be playing Football Manager, managing Pro Vercelli, who is one of the more important parts of our channel's journey at this point in time. We are playing through the Serie B right now, where we find ourselves in a very intricate and delicate position. We have finally, for the first time this season, or the first time in a long time this season, dropped out of the top 8 spots, which are the automatic promotion and then the promotion playoff spots, which once again is not our goal for this season and is performing very high above where we thought we were going to be performing. And we find ourselves now in 10th place in Serie B. We have modified our expectations with the board in the beginning of January to tell them that we are certain that we are not going to be relegated this season. But because of that, they gave us more money, and now we have an even tighter window to try and perform in that we need to be able to deliver the caliber and the expectations of performance that the board is looking for specifically. And so that's what we are aiming to do today. The other big news that we have today is I actually have a lot of news to share. First and foremost, I'll address the elephant in the room, which is why we are cutting to this screen instead of our usual talking head screen, where we can just have our just chatting moment that we usually use to open the stream. And that's because I, unfortunately, now less than a week after my official diagnosis, have my first day where we're going to be streaming with a migraine. And usually I've been able to stream through headaches before, and it's been largely no problem. This one is pretty bad, and I have already taken my new medication. It has helped significantly, but I do still have a little bit of a headache, which does mean that I can take more of it, and so I probably will here in a couple of minutes or in the next break at the top of the hour. Good news, I'm seeing less of the side effects. I'm still a little bit tired and all that stuff. The most important thing, though, is that when I am streaming for you, usually what ends up happening is I'm sitting here in the Jank Drawer production studio, sitting at the desk playing the games, and I've got all the monitors and I've got all the lights, and I do have a facsimile of a professional lighting setup here. And what that does mean is that for each of these streams, for the full 4 hours that I'm on, or if I'm recording a video and then I'm, shooting the recording, I'm staring directly into studio lighting for 4 hours. And normally I can do that, and my sensitivity to light and sounds isn't necessarily usually that bad, even when I am having a migraine. But today my head hurts bad enough that I was just like, I think the last thing that I need for my own health and my own safety is staring directly into bright lights for the next 4 hours. Since I'd like to, get over this migraine at some point today. And so you get the lovely facsimile that I made of myself up in the upper left of sorry, my head hurts, no face cam. And I just wanted to give you that explanation and be honest and upfront about it. I understand if that makes this a little less enjoyable. I know that the numbers and the data from Twitch on the back end do say that there is a strong correlation to retention and face cams, but today's just not one of those days that I'm going to be able to do it. But I still want to be able to go live and talk to you all, and I've got the lights off here in the studio, and I've got the brightness turned down across all of the devices here for the streaming and the recording. So it's tenable for now, but it is, something that we're just gonna have to play by ear. And I am thanking you ahead of time for your understanding in this trying time. But that's not the only news that we have. The other piece of good news that I have that I can share is that the behind-the-scenes work that I've been doing to try and make this dream more viable, aka applying for jobs and these things, we have finally gotten our first accepted job offer since August. I will be working as a test proctor for the local university's School of Medicine. And so I get to go and work with them to help proctor med school's exams every month and make sure that that whole process runs smoothly and runs cleanly. And in doing so, I'll be able to be getting a little bit more stable income happening here at the channel in the back end, so that we can hopefully extend out our runway. And when we need to, we can start trying to put investments into various parts that we need to put into, continue improving the general vibe and atmosphere and everything here at the Jank Drawer. Whether that's paying for more emotes that are more professionally made, or getting help with editing or with design work. Just having a solid state of income is going to go a long way to making this stream becoming more reliable and relatable. It still isn't getting us all the way to our goal of what we need to hit, survivability and long-term performance, but it's a very nice step up, and so I'm really excited about that, and it's honestly huge news, because like we were talking about yesterday, the main thing that we're looking for here at the Jank Drawer is that this is something that I started doing because I needed to find a way to be able to put that control back in my own hands of choosing my own destiny and figuring out how we were going to go forward, and figuring out how to, keep living throughout the rest of my life. And that this is a dream that I've had that I have decided I no longer want to just be a dream. But there are some realistic things of, like, I need to hit certain thresholds so that I can continue doing this, that are just like the price of staying alive. And this is a huge first step into being able to do that. The first step actually was getting affiliate as fast as we did, and getting to the point where this is a revenue stream. It's not our primary revenue stream as of next month, but as of right now it is. And I appreciate all of the support and love that I've seen from all of the friends and family and the strangers that have been so kind to come in and to be a part of this whole experiment. This will just let us continue doing that, and it shouldn't affect the overall time that we are spending on stream either. There could be a thing, because it is a contract position, and it is just kind of whenever I get assigned and whenever I can pick up shifts to help oversee these testing events. But when I do get them, most of them are usually going to be in the mornings, so that shouldn't affect our 2 p.m. start time. And if I pick up the afternoon shifts should still be done sometime around 2 or 3. So we would just on those days be having to push back the stream by an hour or so, which is something that we are totally available to do and amenable to do. And that's why we have this system set up the way that we do. But it just means that there will be more proactive communication in the Discord and in the social media spaces by me, as I know what my schedule is going to be going forward. And the trade-off is that it will allow me to have an actual solid state of income, and it's also a really good foot in the door at the local university med school to try and find more permanent employ and more permanent job opportunities going forward, which is a really nice step up. So that's the two pieces of news that I really had for today. First, my apology and the explanation of why you don't get to see my beautiful face. Rest assured, though, that I am still in our football manager uniform. The tracksuit is on. We are ready to manage. We've got the hair up high in a bun. We are good to go. But then the real huge news and the most important news of it all is that we have completed step 2 of the dream process, which is we have locked down at least the first step of these part-time jobs that we were able to work for the field future to help us cover our overhead costs and our day-to-day costs of running the channel and making the various things that we need to make so that we can be able to continue performing to the best of our ability and bring the content that you've all grown to love and enjoy as reliably and as often as we possibly can. And so this is huge, massive news, and I'm happy to be able to share it with all of you. As for a look into what we're going to talk about, and it's in the stream title anyways, as we are streaming today, the Champions League is currently in process. We have the first leg of the round of 32 play-ins today. There will be more play-ins tomorrow. But these are for those teams that finished outside of the top 8, so 9th through 24th position. They all have to play two-legged ties against each other to move on to the rest of the competition. This is one of those days that I said a couple of months ago when we were talking about the ending day of the group stage, or the league phase, and heading into the round of 32, that we should circle on our calendars. And that is because today, as we speak, we are getting the revenge match of, in Lisbon, Jose Mourinho's Benfica versus Arboleta's Real Madrid. The last time these two teams played, it was in Lisbon, as it is right now, and it was a absolute thrilling game, a 6-goal stunner. Benfica winning 4-2 in the final minutes with a heroic header from their goalkeeper Anatoly Trubin to put Benfica into 24th place in the Champions League phase, as well as knock Real Madrid out of top 8 consideration and put them into 9th place, setting this all up. Unfortunately, right now we are in the 51st minute of that game, and Real Madrid has just gone ahead after a scoreless first half with a 50th minute goal from Vinicius Jr. So Benfica has all the work to do, and this is the one leg of this matchup that they really need to get a win, because they are playing at home, and that is going to go a long way in their efforts of trying to, stay ahead and get the results that they need to get here. But the stats are with them of just like, this has definitely been a Real Madrid dominated outing. They have the higher expected goals, the more total shots, more shots on target, more big chances, more possession. But Benfica's been able to hold on pretty well. They aren't that far off in possession. They are only off in expected goals in that their 6 total shots and 3 shots on target haven't gone in, and Real Madrid has had 1 shot go in. But the fact that they were able to hold Real Madrid to scoreless in the first 50 minutes is a good look. And if they can get them on the counter, or they can try and figure out a way to come back into this, they can make this pretty interesting going into Real Madrid in the next leg of this tie. That game being played on Wednesday, February 28th, so 8 days from today, in Madrid, to seal the fate of one of these two teams. It would be an opportunity for a continuation of just one of the greatest storylines in football at the moment, of if Jose Mourinho can bring down the downfall of Real Madrid, a club that he went to and led for a time and now has moved on from, while he's reinventing himself at Benfica. I think it would be really fun and really fitting, but we'll have to see how the rest of today, plays out. They still have about 40 more minutes left to play in today's game, and that's plenty of time for Benfica to stage a comeback. In other news, we already finished the early game today, which was an absolute thriller. I would highly recommend anyone who is interested in the Champions League to go watch this game. I watched the highlights myself while I was getting set up for stream and building the beautiful "Sorry, my head hurts, no face cam" overlay. And that was Galatasaray versus Juventus. This was played in Turkey at the Galatasaray home stadium. And it was an absolute thriller. It was maybe one of the best, maybe not storyline games, but just overall games that I have seen in the Champions League this season. Just Istanbul was rocking, and Galatasaray put together a beautiful performance, a 5-2 victory over the Italian team Juventus. Sara opening the scoring for Galatasaray, the home side, on the 15th minute. Koop Miners catapulting Juventus ahead with an equalizer in the 16th and then a go-ahead goal in the 32nd. Only to have 4 unanswered goals from Galatasaray through the rest of the game in the second half. Noah Lang opening the scoring with a 49th minute goal. Sanchez extending their lead in the 60th to 3-2 before a second Noah Lang goal in the 75th minute and a Sasha Bowie goal in the 86th minute to put them ahead 5-2. Unfortunately, the ignominy of this is that Juventus also got a red card in this game in the 67th minute, as I think it was a straight red. Sorry, I can't remember it exactly. I have... No, it was a second yellow. It was a second yellow to Juan Cabal for just pulling down Yilmaz while he was getting beat. He got beat on the wing, and he decided to just grab him and pull him to the ground, which is, as we all know, not something that you can do. That is generally frowned upon by kind of everyone in the entirety of the sport of football. But absolute thrilling game. I cannot recommend watching it enough. Just a complete... Excuse me, that's the side effects from the medication. A complete masterclass from Galatasaray at their home stadium. Just a systematic dismantling of Juventus. Victor Osimhen very much felt in this game, even if he didn't end up on the score sheet. He was just absolute monster across the back line with his press in this game. Just high intensity, high pressing the entire time. Other news for a live check-in right now. PSG and Monaco found themselves tied 2-2 at halftime. Monaco getting into an early start with a first half brace from United States hopeful striker Florian Balogun, scoring in the first and the 18th minute against Paris Saint-Germain in the Stade Louis II in Monaco. Paris Saint-Germain were able to come back in the first half behind goals from Desiree Doué and Achraf Hakimi in the 29th and 41st minute. And then things have gone kind of from bad to worse as Monaco has given up their 2-goal lead, and now at the beginning of the second half has seen their star Alexander Golovin, the Russian center attacking midfielder, get sent off with a red card in the 48th minute of this match. They are still 9 minutes after that holding on to a 2-2 draw here in Monaco, but you'd have to think that this Monaco team has a lot of work to do to overcome this team, as well as hold on to a tenuous draw here at home. And you'd like to really get a win here, because the likelihood of you getting a win at the Parc des Princes in Paris Saint-Germain in the reverse match of this fixture is not very likely. And Paris Saint-Germain are also likely trying to win this game to the best of their abilities. They are hamstrung a little bit by the fact that Ousmane Dembele was sent off in the 27th minute of this game with an injury. And that is a very big blow to the attacking prowess of this Paris Saint-Germain team. Although Desiree Doué coming on to replace him in the attacking role does have one of the 2 goals in this game. In fact, he had the first goal that he scored within 2 minutes of coming on for Dembele. So they seem to not necessarily be missing him up front, but that is a pretty major absence for Paris Saint-Germain. Other news, Borussia Dortmund versus Atalanta are playing as of right now. Borussia Dortmund went into the end of the first half at home at the Signal Iduna Park in Dortmund, Germany, with a 2-goal lead over the Italians. Goals from Sergio Guarassi and Maximilian Bayer in the 3rd and the 42nd minute. And then Atalanta just not really getting anything going. Quiet attacking half from them in the first half. And that has seen that at halftime, the Atlanta coach has made a straight across swap across his front line, taking off Gianluca Scamacca and replacing them with fellow striker Kristovic. Just trying to get anything going in this second half to try and get something out of this game. This is their away game. Usually you expect to lose your away games, but you just want to try and keep them as close as possible so that when you get your eventual rubber match back at home, it's that much less of a hill to try and overcome to keep yourself in the competition. But that's the situation as it stands right now. Other matches that we're going to be looking in on and trying to get live updates from as the game progresses. Championship is playing right now. Wrexham are playing Bristol City. There's about 10 to 15 minutes left in that game, and Wrexham has just here in the 76th minute gotten their go-ahead goal to lead Bristol City 2-1. Ollie Rathbone put the Dragons ahead in the 34th minute before Bristol City equalized behind a Sinclair Armstrong strike in the 47th minute. And now Wrexham lead going into the final stretch of this game after a 76th minute Joe Williams own goal that puts the away side ahead at the Ashton Gate Stadium 2-1. This is a massive result should the results stand for Wrexham as they're beating 10th in the table Bristol City, and this solidifies them even more firmly into 6th place in the table, behind Hull, Ipswich, and Millwall, and then the eventual top of the table, which is Middlesbrough and Coventry City. This continues, should results stand, to give them a 2-goal cushion over chasing teams trying to vie for those playoff positions, Derby County in 7th and Preston North End on 8th, who are both on 48 points respectively. This is a must-win game for the promotion hopes for the Wrexham faithful, and they are so far so good in doing so. That's really all of the big matches today. We'll kind of keep that open over on the side to see any up-to-date news as we get it coming across for those 3 Champions League games that we are watching most closely. Specifically, my main attention is going to be on Benfica Real Madrid, in that is a really big game, and one that I do think has already shown us how impressive it can be going forward for Real Madrid and Benfica. And I am hoping that Benfica can put together some kind of comeback in this game and win once again at home to make it really just like the highest of stakes for Real Madrid side that, in their estimations, should be considered leading favorites across the board for every Champions League final. And at this point, if Benfica can pull off the impossible here today and string together a good solid victory or even draw in Madrid next week, we could see the unthinkable happen in an already horrible, no good, bad season for Real Madrid that sees them a couple of points off the top of the table in their domestic league behind Barcelona. Oh no, they're over Barcelona right now. They have a 2-point cushion over Barcelona at this moment in time after Barcelona's loss at the weekend to Girona 2-1. But only a 2-point cushion for Real Madrid in the Liga. And they're already out of both cups in Spain, and if they get knocked out of the Champions League, the inquest for just accountability out of that club from the fans is going to be legendary this season. They've been poor in the league, they've been poor in the cups. If they can't get past a very weak and feeble Benfica side and into the quarterfinals and the semifinals of the Champions League. And as far as Real Madrid is concerned, if they don't make it to the finals this year, there's going to be a reckoning and some questions that need to be answered. And that would be just the ultimate victory for Jose Mourinho in his reinvention phase at Benfica. But that's the news in football. Things to look out for in the future. We have more Champions League play tomorrow. These 4 games should all be interesting. I don't know necessarily that there's any specific thing that I would look out for. these are very much big versus littles across the board. You've got Karabag FK versus Newcastle. Newcastle haven't been in the greatest run of form going forward currently, but they're hoping to see a good result versus Karabag FK. Karabag, the Azerbaijani team, doing better than I think anyone anticipated them doing, making it to the knockouts, making it to the round of 16 playoff, already huge. And they are playing at the Tevfik Bahramov Adina Respublika Stadionu in Baku, Azerbaijan tomorrow. We'll see if they are able to perform at home in front of their fans versus a very strong Newcastle United lineup. If not, they look to have a very, very tough return match next week in Newcastle. And they're, going to give it their best chance, but I think that no one can say that Karabag hasn't been one of the Cinderella stories of this tournament. Another Cinderella story of this tournament, Bodo Glimt are playing hosts to Inter Milan tomorrow in Norway. If there's ever a game that Bodo Glimt is going to be able to win, it is this home leg playing in Norway in February against an Italian team. This is their chance. I'm actually very excited for that game. I think it's going to be really interesting. I don't know that they'll get the same results when they go back to Italy for the return match next week, but if there's anything that we've learned from the history of sport as it is right now, with the Olympics having been in Cortina, Italy, if there's anything that Norwegians are doing really, really well right now, it's going to Italy and beating everyone. So hopefully that Bodo Glimt can continue that proud national tradition that they have started as Norway once again cleans up the medal counts at the Winter Olympics. Other games next week. Tomorrow we have Club Brugge versus Atletico Madrid. It's been a disappointing year for Atletico Madrid. They really need this win. Club Brugge is performing better than they anticipated they would in getting to this point in the competition. At this point, a win at home would be great, but just getting the opportunity to play is massive for this team. Each one of these games just makes them so much money that they are 100% just thrilled to be here. But I don't expect them to not play hard. They are just going against Diego Simeone Atletico Madrid that is known for their defensive reliability and their efficient counterattacking threats. And between the front two of Sorloth and Alvarez, I don't know that the Bruges backline is going to be able to hold up against that kind of an onslaught, even at home. And then our final Champions League is Olympiacos versus Bayern Leverkusen. Olympiacos has been doing very, very well, as opposed to their sister club, Marinakis' other darling, Nottingham Forest, this season. Olympiacos has been, like most of the Greek sides in Europe, kind of consistently overperforming in a very major way. Bayer Leverkusen, they are a long ways away from the Leverkusen that was so imperious under the guidance and managerial prowess that was Xabi Alonso. But they have kept a good number of the key players from that team, as well as the general formation and ideology under Kasper Holmund. And we'd like to see a good result out of them versus the Greeks when they play in Greece tomorrow at the Stadio Georgios Gariskaki. But we will see. Apparently these two teams played last month at Olympiacos Stadium, and Leverkusen lost that match 2-0. So, not a great look for the German side, but we'll wish them the best of luck against Olympiacos. But if Olympiacos wins that, I wouldn't be surprised. And if Olympiacos makes it to the quarters and semis, that would be a massive statement for Greek football, and I would honestly be here for it. Other news for tomorrow, we see return to action in the Premier League as we have a top versus bottom matchup as the Wolverhampton Wanderers will play host to the Imperious Arsenal as we see the worst team in the Premier League play against the current best team in the Premier League in what I'm sure is going to be a fantastic outing for Arsenal. This is going to be an interesting one as they are going to try and extend their gap at the top of the table over Manchester City, which is getting perilously close. Right now, only 4 points separate the would-be winners from the perennial champions. And Mikel Arteta and his side are desperate to finally put the naysayers to shame and claim that they can win these top-of-the-table matchups when it matters. And anything less than a win against Wolves tomorrow is an unacceptable outcome for Mikel Arteta and his men, in this humble Twitch streamer's opinion. It does seem kind of like a foregone conclusion, though. Wolves are bottom of the table with 9 points, with only one win from 26 matches, whereas Arsenal are top with 17 wins from 16 matches. You'd really like to favor Arsenal in this matchup, but Wolves have been tricky so far this year, and who could say? It really is anyone's game in the Premier League this season. Updates from the scores before we actually get out of here, because there has been a scoring update. Bristol City has managed to tie up the scoring with Wrexham in the 90th minute. 89th minute goal for Bristol City as Max Bird takes a right-footed shot from outside of the box into the high center of the goal, assisted by Jason Knight with the cross. That ties the scoring up 2-2 between Bristol City and Wrexham. Should these results stand, that sees Wrexham drop out of the promotion playoff picture into 7th position behind Derby County and ahead of Preston North End on goal differential. Derby County has a +8 goal differential. Wrexham only has a +5. And it sees Wrexham's promotion hopes to get into the Premier League in the fastest record-setting time ever look a little bit more far-fetched at this moment in time. They've yet to announce what the amount of extra time that is to be played in this game will be. But Wrexham are backs against the wall with only at most a couple of minutes left to try and find a go-ahead goal after the end of relegation. After the end of regulation, in this match. Speaking of relegation and regulation, though, let's talk about Pro Vercelli. So, we had an interesting stream on Friday, to say the least, wherein we got to play a lot of very interesting goals, and we made it, thankfully, ahead of our estimates through what was a horrible scheduling month for our team in February. February, we had 4 matches, and we were able to get 7 points from those 4 matches, which is more than we anticipated, because the teams that we were playing were Modena, Catanzaro, Lecce, and Empoli. Lecce, a team that we had failed to ever beat. Empoli, a team that we very, very luckily, when we played the reverse fixture of this at home, beat 4-0 against the run of everyone's expectations. And then Modena, who we had another match against earlier this season, which was played at home to a 1-1 draw. And these are teams that, in our general rankings, are trending towards the top of the table. Modena has fallen off. At the time we played them in that first match in the season, they were top of the table. They have since slipped and dropped a lot of points and have found themselves on 46 points, only 1 point ahead of us in the table, and holding on to sole possession of 8th place in the table. But Empoli are currently in 3rd, Lecce are currently in 1st, and then Catanzaro find themselves currently in 16th, but at the time of our playing them, were in 14th, and are kind of bouncing back and forth in the same position we are, of around mid-table. So that was 3 games against very, very tough opposition, and 1 game that we were desperate to win against someone that is currently bouncing in and out of the relegation playoffs that we felt that we really needed to get a positive result against. And to our great success, we were able to get a wonderful run of form through February after turning around a horrible run of form through January, where we had losses to Cremonese, Pizza, and Carraresi, our only win coming as a 2-0 victory over Juve Stabia. But March has seen a return to form, shall we say, for the Lions, as the Leoni find themselves back to their losing ways that they had in January, losing 1-0 to recently promoted side, just like us, Benevento, and then getting a very lucky and very fortunate, although unfortunate, since we actually had a lot of the possession and a lot of the opportunity to go ahead in this match, versus SC Bari away from home, where we saw a eventual 0-0 draw. But we really feel like we could have won this game. Looking at the numbers, 15 shots, 5 on target, and an expected goal of 1.71. While we were definitely outpossessed, which is our right, we are a counter-attacking team, we really kind of feel a little maligned that there wasn't a goal of any kind in this game, and that specifically there was no goal for us. But a very masterful defensive performance from the back 4 with the 3 center backs and the goalkeeper of SC Bari keeps us from scoring in a gusty day at the San Nicola, and we are looking for our first win in the month of March. Some important dates for today's stream, chat. We have one more game this month before the international break on the 21st of March 2027 against Cesena FC, a game that we are going to be desperate to try and win. And then at the beginning of April is when we were finally going to get to see the youth system and our overall youth players that are coming through. Our youth intake is on the 3rd of April in 18 days. And we're hoping to see some players that can start making impacts and can start actually making appearances in our first team, because that's what we're here to do. We want to be able to be promoting things from within at the club. And we have a pretty good youth rating and a pretty good youth system overall, and we're making some pretty good players. And we would just like to start seeing ourselves settle into a position here at the club that we can start giving more and more of these youth players opportunities to play and to develop into the players that we think that they can. We have such standouts as Nicolas Mero and Dado Fofana that we'd love to be starting to getting more playtime, but currently are not getting really any, as we're trying to just cling to our position here in the top half of the table and ultimately just not get relegated from Serie B. We want to stay here as long as possible. I agree with my assistant coach, John Kasim. We deserved to win this game against Bari. We didn't, but it comes down to an overall problem that I think that we've been noticing as a team, chat, and that I think that I don't know that we can necessarily address as of right now, but we definitely need to address in the off-season, of the fact that our strikers, with the exception of 34-year-old Gian Mario Comi, who's in a very rich vein of form recently, are not scoring. Goals are not coming from our strikers, and we need to kind of figure out why that is happening and how we can fix it sooner rather than later, if we're going to really make any improvements across the outcome of the team. And I don't really know how to fix that or what we need to do to fix that, but it is something that we definitely need to work on if we want to start seeing success. And I have some ideas and some tactics that I've been kicking around in my brain that we could try. The reason that we didn't make any changes last week is, as we were talking about on Friday, there had been a massive update between our Tuesday and our Friday games to the overall just system of Football Manager. One of the most important things being that they've now reintroduced pass maps, so we have pass maps back in the game that we can consult for various statistical data points and to the analysis. Other update from the scores, Paris Saint-Germain has pulled ahead at the Stade Louis XII in Monaco. Desiree Doué has scored his second goal of the game in the 67th minute to pull the Parisian team ahead, the reigning UEFA Champions League champions. That's going from bad to worse for those of us that are fans of Monaco. And then Bristol City Wrexham has now finished their full time. It is a 2-2 draw between Bristol City and the Welsh side, which was completely even in possession. Wrexham just barely more favored in their expected goals, their total shots, and big chances. This is very much probably the correct result for this game, a 2-2 draw. Both teams very even in their contributions to that. Benfica find themselves still trailing by 1 to Real Madrid, which losing only by 1 to the Real Madrid is nothing to be ashamed of. They would like to be able to get a couple more points out of that, if at all possible. Truly the best performance of the night for that team coming from their back five, their 4 defenders, and Anatoly Trubin. The lowest of them being Otamendi, the 38-year-old captain from the Argentinian side. From Argentina, holding down a 7.2. But this is a team that is currently doing actually quite well, just not necessarily as well going forward. And they are facing a Real Madrid team that has now played 81, almost 82 minutes of this game and has made 0 substitutions. So I don't know what Alvaro Arbeloa has going on in his mind, but his team is winning. So take that for what he can get. Alain Tahoe has gotten a call up to play for the U21s now, instead of the U19s. Starting goalkeeper for the Albanian U21 national team is a great thing to have for our young goalkeeper. Stefan Tater Thordarson was a good center mid, but we don't know enough about him, so... Okay. We are playing against Cesna FC. They find themselves currently 13th in the league, so 3 points behind us, or 3 positions behind us. This is a game that we'd like to win. I don't know that we will win it, but we would really much appreciate winning it. At the very least, we don't want to lose this game. We are entering the moment in the season where the most important thing that we can do every single game is not lose. Just because, very unfortunately, we have made the promise to the board and to the fans that we are not even getting involved in a relegation battle this year. Which means that we need to really hold on to our positions and stay at least in 15th place or higher throughout the rest of our performances. And right now, the trajectory that we've been on in our performances is not one that is instilling the greatest of confidence in me as the manager of the Lions. Leoni here have really, once again, in the words that I said when we were talking about this the last time, we have had an interesting season of winning the games that we should lose and losing the games that we should win. And I'd really like to get that turned around. I'd really like to not be doing that anymore. Ooh, we also have new information on our 2 trialist players that I think would be good to look through, so we can see if there's any improvements that we can get there. Once again, we're not necessarily looking Oh, we've got news from the Benfica game, and it's not surprising news, but it's not the kind of news that Benfica enjoyers would like to see. Benfica has received a straight red card to none other than Jose Mourinho, their coach. The manager has seen himself expelled from the game in the 85th minute with a straight red card for dissension against the referees in this match. A wild turn of events, as the manager is now going to be relegated to the stands for not only the last 10 to 15 minutes of this game, but also for the entirety of the next match against Real Madrid in Madrid, where he will be able to train with his team in the weeks leading up to it, but he will not be allowed to be at the he will be allowed to be at the stadium, but not in the dugout, for it is becoming an even more crucial match for this team, as if they continue to hold on and lose this matchup in Lisbon, it is now paramount that they try and get a result in the rubber match versus them. It turns out it wasn't a straight, it was a double yellow, as Mourinho has been sent off. He was incensed as Rios was felled by Vinicius Jr. at the edge of the box. The referee came across to show Mourinho a yellow card, but Mourinho was able to very quickly talk himself into a second yellow card, and now has to go take a seat in the stands. Okay, but let's take a quick look here at Vincent Marchetti, see what we can learn about him. He's someone that we'd be looking at as a center mid. Anticipation, he has what we need. Acceleration, we're at a -2. Composure, he's got what we need. Pace, we're looking at a -3 now. Dribbling, we're looking at a -4. And jumping reach, we're looking at a -5. So Vincent Marchetti, well, they say would be a very good midfielder, and I do like that just kind of overall he's kind of pretty good. He's kind of fine. He also has pretty good leadership, which we are in a little bit of a leadership vacuum. We already have better DMs and better midfielders, so I don't think that we're going to be making a move on him at this time. Adam Bergmark Viberg, on the other hand, the Swedish striker that we've brought in, because we are, trying to solve the problem of we don't have a striker that can score. Let's see what he brings to the team. He has a -1 from his jumping reach. His pace gets him back up to even, though. Acceleration sees him go to a +1. Concentration keeps him at a +1. Dribbling brings him down to a -1. Vision puts him back to flat. Balance brings him to a -4. Off the ball to a -5. And finishing to a -6. So Adam Bergmark Viberg, also probably not going to be the answer to our problems, but an interesting player nonetheless. Pecorino putting in the best performance of his training career with us at a 6.7, which is not great, but is the best that he has done so far. But we are going into our Cesna FC match. Pietro Passador, I think you are still probably too injured to actually play this game. You have a fractured lower arm. You're back in 1 to 4 days. Do we know anything about this guy who's 31 and playing on the Union Saint-Gilloise U23s? No. Nicky Stones has injured himself, a tight groin. He's out for 1 to 2 days. Okay. Let's go start off strong with the stream today, chat. Let's win this game. Let's get the result that we deserve. Let's get the result that we have truly and honestly earned. And that result is a victory. Pro Vercelli board are hoping for a win against Cesna FC, but recognize the opposition are favorites for a reason. Supporters are predicting a draw, but if there was a winner, it would be Cesna FC. So everyone's against us, but I think we actually have a really good shot of winning this, chat. We are going to play our first 11 for this match. Pietro Pasador is still injured. He's not actually coming back right now. He's coming back in 3 days. So we will bring Tahoe back into the team. Stanic Regio Bustin, Pino Odi, Nicky Stones is also injured and he doesn't come back till tomorrow, so we can just very easily swap him out for Leonardo Piran. Lesani Vitven, we want you to be replaced with Rao. Fode Fofana and Dennis Cazadori, we want to see something out of the two of you. I don't want to say, like, the best, but it's because it's a realistic expectation that I don't think I can place on you. Lorenzo Moschetta, we want Mansour Thiam, and then Kosir as our 3 center backs. Wing back on the right, we need to find Clemente Perotti. Wing back on the left, we're looking for Luca Coccolo. Midfielders, we've got not actually Nicky Stones, we've got Angelo Burano, and then the man that's been breaking into the team recently, Lorenzo Cancia, who has actually been pretty good. He's been breaking into the team, and in his few moments that he's gotten, he already has 1 goal. Then we get Mele Vitven. And then strikers, Giuseppe Coppola, Pecorino. We already have 12 people? So, goalkeeper. Center back, center back, center back. Oh, Jean-Mario Comi is in here already. He's a striker. Okay. Wing back, wing back. Midfield, midfield. Oh, Nicky Stones. We don't want you around here anymore. Nicky Stones is injured, so we don't want him on the team just because he's already injured. Cool. Let's try this, chat. Okay. Have they fixed this? They have not fixed this. So, staff advice still doesn't work. Cesna are 7th, while we are 15th. We need to step things up. Yeah, we have not been great form-wise. That is very true. Our form has been less than desirable as of late, chat, and we're really looking to turn that around here against Cesna Football Club. As it sits right now, 3 points separates us from the promotion playoffs again. And once again, not our goal for where we want to end up, but not a place that we, are necessarily upset being, because if we're up in the top 8 positions, the amount of work that it takes for us to fall all the way back to the relegation places is substantial. Have they... Somehow our... Somehow all of our settings got reset, so that's why we were going so slow. might want to tweak that a little again in that 1.5, I think, is too fast. There's 1.25. Don't like the start that we're seeing here. Cesna have gotten 2 pretty good shots off right there. Odi there with a nice attempt on the ball. Lysani was trying to play it into him, but not necessarily able to bring it down, losing that header out to his defender. But we're holding it pretty well. See if we can break down this defensive structure and get something in on goal in the near future. Rao finding Pino on the outside. Pino plays it into Fode Fofana. He takes the first time shot and is deflected. Rao back out to Odi. Odi playing it all the way back to Jordan Bustin, who's rushing down the left-hand side. And that's the end of the highlight, unfortunately. Okay. Cesna here on the attack. Don't love that Alain Tahoe had to make that save. Just giving him a fraction of space, and he takes a shot that we have to then send our goalkeeper just careening and flying through the air to try and keep out. I do like how just imperious Riggio is there of keeping the corner out of the box. We get another corner here for Cesna, but we've defended all 4 corners up until this point very well. I would believe that we could continue doing so. Rao to Stanic. Stanic tries to find Fode Fofana, but Fode Fofana doesn't even attempt to play towards the ball, and it gets easily cut out. Luckily, our defensive 3 was able to work together enough to keep Raimundo out from scoring what was going to be a guaranteed goal. Okay, can I keep our shape in such a way that we don't let these guys get this shot away? Nope. But, once again, beautiful save from the 19-year-old Albanian, Alain Tahoe. Really, once again, as we are aware, not great at all of the little things that you need to be able to do to be a great goalkeeper. He's bad with his feet. He doesn't necessarily have the mentality yet. But when it comes to just pure shot-stopping ability, he is one of the best goalkeepers in this league. And that's what we needed from him most of all, is we need him to be there, to be a big brick wall in front of the goal. And already he is earning his man of the match performance for our team with the 7.0. He has been absolutely wonderful in front of goal. And with that effort there, protecting us from a very dangerous looking free kick, he continues to earn that spot. At this point, I am very disappointed with how we've been going forward in this match. We're playing at home in the Silvio Piola, and in the first 29 minutes, we've had 1 shot on goal to their 12. And the fact that our best midfielder on the pitch right now, Semi Lysani, isn't able to do any better than just giving the ball away in the midfield when we have a midfield overload, kind of ridiculous. Okay, Odi plays it back. Lysani, Bustin. We've got this nice little triangle here going. There's Odi, there's Rao. But once again, we're just not able to make the pass around the defender. Instead, we're passing it directly into the defender. Luckily, Raimundo was offsides. But it also looks like he's injured. He pulled up off that run pretty badly, holding his knee. But yeah, like these statistics right here, I'm not a fan of. Denny Cazadori. Nice, good defense. Tahoe was on that one, but it's also just having enough people get in front of that to keep that out of the net. Oh no! No! Tahoe had been so good. This is a horrible defensive action here. Like, look at this. So, wow, they're really bringing it back. But since, like, that was way before the goal. Here's the thing, though. Raimondo is on Christian Riggio when this ball comes in, and Riggio leans for it, and just horrible deflection. Tahoe almost gets to it anyways. Honestly, I can't say that I'm surprised. They have been absolutely dominating this entire game up until this point. What I'm more surprised about is how bad we have been. Like, we have a not bad team for our level. We have good players at most key positions, and some of our best players are having some of our worst performances. Sami Lysani is one of the best midfielders in this league, and he is having an afternoon that he would love to forget. Fode Fofana is supposed to be a good striker. He has been horrible. Cazadori and Rao, both non-existent in this match. Okay. Can we please get something? There we go, Odi. Nice. Odi. Give him an option, guys. Give him an option. He's doing so much work. There's Lysani. Piran. Pino. No. So, like, we've decided to learn how to attack right at the very end of the half, is what I'm taking away from this. Once again, Tahoe, not great at anything other than shot stopping, as evidenced by the fact that he just needed to collect that ball, and he did drop it twice. Okay, Rao. Find something to do with it, Rao. That's technically something to do with it. It's not something positive to do with it. But that wasn't what I asked for. Pino, nice. Found some space in behind. Ref! No. Okay, can't get it past Ciano. That's a rather disappointing first half from our team, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we just got absolutely dominated at every statistic. I want to see something completely different in the second half. And if we don't, we're gonna have to start making some changes proactively here, because just like, this is an absolutely horrendous performance against a team that, like, could be better than us, but has been performing worse than us so far in the league. Like, we should be able to get a result here. I would expect us to get a result here, and we are currently... To be fair, the goal that we are behind from is one that I don't think we did anything wrong on. That was just a moment of brilliance from their striker. Because, like, Riggio was on him, Riggio closed down that shot, Riggio got something on the shot, and it just deflected off of him into that back corner. Okay. There we go, Lysani. Way to cut that out. We immediately gave it away, though, because Fode Fofana just has zero desire to run onto the end of those passes for some reason. Just didn't want to get any speed into it. Was just like, let me just go really lackadaisical, figure it out. Piran plays it into Cazadori. Thank you, ref. That was not a good tackle. But it did, you know, completely kill our highlight and our momentum, which is probably the point. Stanic, way to keep it out. Nice, way to block that. Okay, let's gonna rebuild our shape. Step out. There we go. There we go. Okay. Gonzalez, Frabota. Nice. Way to go, Busti. Way to cut out that pass. We are still very much on the back foot, but we need to get solid defensively before we can start trying to score goals again. Way to go, Lesani. Why is he having such a bad day? Okay, we're gonna make some changes here. Fode Fofana has been horrible. We're gonna bring on Gian Mario Comi. Rao has been horrible. We're gonna bring on Edith then. Pino's playing poorly, but Odi is just tired, so we'll bring on Cocolo. There we go, Pino. Nice, Pino. Pino, once again, I don't know why you keep taking as many shots as you do. Because, like, you really shouldn't be taking any. Video Cazadori, Cocolo, Lysani. Once again, Lysani just getting absolutely bullied off of every single ball or making bad passes. Okay. Nice, Pino. At least Pino's doing well defensively. If he's not going to be going forward and doing well, he should at least make up for it by doing well somewhere else. Nice, Reggio. Stanic. Piran. Vitven. Nope, Vitven. Okay, Vitven, there you go. It's just a momentary loss of the ball. Piran in the channel. Back to Pino. Pino worked that in. Oh, that was a great worked ball and great shot. It was just into Cocolo who was making the run. And we, as much as we don't want our right back taking those shots, you know who else we don't want taking those shots? Our left back. Like, why was our left back the guy that was crashing the box at that moment in time to take that shot? Okay, Tahoe, once again, you saved the goal, but you couldn't hold on to the ball, so we've given up a corner. Wow, Pino just won a header. Nice, Vitven. Nice, Lysani. Cazadori, no, Cocolo, that was a great look. Cazadori, just like take a foot on it. Take control of that ball, don't just run into it. Pino. Pino, nice. Piran, oh, that was a good shot from Piran. There are 6 people between the 4 people with the ball and the rest of our team right now. Oh, Leonardo Piran's put it in. Cocolo just can't keep it down. Lysani come out for Barano. Nice, Vitven. Comey into Pino. Pino, why did you even attempt that shot? Like, it went out for a corner, which is, like, honestly a miracle. But why was that even on the radar of, like, you know what we really need right now? 40-yard screamer from my right back. Jordan Bustin into Jean-Mario. I liked the idea, but they saw it coming, and so did we. So now we are having a really dangerous counter here. Luckily, he can't shoot. And that is a moment that we should feel lucky, not good. Okay, Tahoe. Plays in Reggio. Morano. Cucolo. Found it out to Pino. Stanic, back out to Pino. Pino puts it into the mixer. Jean-Mario's there. Jean-Mario can't keep it down, though. Don't jeer Jean-Mario Comey. He's our captain. Okay, Cazadori, you have to come off. You've been so poor. Pecorino. Just show me something, Pecorino. You're supposed to be our best striker. So, we have somehow gotten 11 shots off this game. Bruano. Vitven. Piran. Okay. Jean-Mario won that, though. There we go, Jean-Mario. Piran running into the channel. Cucolo back post. Couldn't beat the keeper with it, but that was the first one that was finally on target from those, so we'll take it. Not fully across the line, unfortunately. Got close, though. Okay, can we please keep this out? There's Cucolo doing his job. Just nice to have a left back that can actually head the ball. A left back that used to be a center back. Pieracini. Nice, Cucolo, way to win the ball. Okay, well, that's kind of the worst start we could have had, and it was the one that we specifically asked not to do, which was we have now lost our first game of the season, first game of the stream. That sees us drop points, and now we have a 2-point gap between Cesna and us in 10th and 12th. Montova at least lost to Palermo, so they aren't going to climb either. That is also now 5 games without a win, which is not good. Okay, so we really have not gotten into a position where it looks like we are going to be able to score a goal ever again. Fofana. Pecorino. We just need anyone to be able to score a goal. And right now, no one can score a goal. Loqueza's doing great for Empoli. Wish he would have actually signed for us, but... Piran's getting better now that he's leaving us. Stanic is out for 1 to 3 days. We have an international break. for European Championship qualifiers. Coppola is now injured for a day. Dennis Cazadori got injured. He had a hip injury. And they canceled his loan because of it. So we've lost Dennis Cazadori. Admittedly, he hadn't been playing well for the past little while. Grelot is back from his injury. Norrköping want Bergmark Wilberg. They can have him. Sorry, that was me stretching my neck. Okay, the next important things, we've got a game this weekend. And then we've got our youth intake coming in on the 3rd. Reggiana find themselves in 8th right now. They are 3 points ahead of us. Nikki Stones is back. We love that. Giuseppe's training well. Don't hate to see that. Okay, so even coming back from his injury, Pietro Cazadori is training really well. General rehab. Okay, no one's training poorly other than Emanuelo, and Emanuelo is fine to train poorly. He's not playing. So Tahoe just got absolutely done in at the under-21s against Austria. Just let in 3 goals. Libertazzi, we definitely want to get a contract in for. Looks like our Benfica Real Madrid game has ended. The highlights have now been posted. Game ends 0-1 for Real Madrid. PSG Monaco ended 2-3 for PSG. And Dortmund Atlanta ended 2-0. So all of our games for today are done. Pecorino is now injured. Jeez. This guy has been nothing but trouble since we signed him. He hasn't scored a goal. Okay, so we have our 50 best wonder kids in soccer. See, this is something that we want to know just because if any of these are people that we could ever get on loan to our team, this would be huge. So, Lamine Yamal, we never could get. Quenda we couldn't get. Jake Evans is currently on loan from Leicester to OH Leuven. Ayub Boadi we couldn't get. Francisco Souza Silva on loan at VTSC from Benfica. 19-year-old striker. What about Mattia Liberali? 19-year-old AMC at Spezia. We could probably bring it on loan. Although he might be getting actual playing time. There's Jeremy Monga. Francisco Camarda, 19-year-old striker at AC Milan. He's actively loan listed. He's already on one of our shortlists too. Love that. Alessio Cacciamani. Left winger on loan from Torino. Any other people playing in Italian clubs that we could maybe bring in? Yusuf Hamidawi at Sassuolo, coming in at 48th. Just an AMC. He actually knows stuff about him too. This is kind of huge. Pace and acceleration gets him to a +2. Concentration gets him to a flat. Composure gets him to a +1. Technique keeps him at a +1. So, like, he's only a +1, but, like, he's 19. Some options here. Okay, contract expirations. Pinotti really is the only one that I think I care about right now. This guy will be good eventually, but contract is good. Youth contracts. I don't think there's any one of these guys that we actually care about. Recci. Could have it for a minute, but not anymore, I don't think. Money also I don't think is going to get good. Varbini is injured, but he's only out for a day. Comey is retiring in a little over a month. Okay, let's look at these new youth team members, shall we? It's April 1st. Nikki Stones is getting better. Nikki Stones might be like one of the best Serie B midfielders at this point. Has he gotten better enough that we need to change his math? Anticipation +2, acceleration +3, composure stay at +3, pace stay at +3, dribbling go to +2, jumping reach he's up to +5. So we've got a midfielder that we love. We've got we've got two goalkeepers that we really like between Pietro Passador and Alentejo. Breszek is also fine, I guess. Breszek's not going to get much better, but Breszek is a +2. He's good enough to be our backup goalkeeper at this level forever. Is like he's not a liability. He's just not great. Okay, we're coming up on new intake. That's the email we were looking for, baby. Let's go chat. Those are emails we didn't want to see. So we have 5 elite prospects. Our elite prospects are Daniele Ribiccini, a right back, Di Maruzzi, a center back / DM. He's 5'8", so DM, not center back. Unless he grows a whole bunch. He is 15. Paolo Verardo, who is an AMC. Has an AMC at 15. How far away from viable at our level is he already right now? He is -5 on pace, -9 on acceleration, -14 on concentration, -18 on composure, -23. So like he's pretty far off, but he has very good finishing. Samuel Boateng, who's another right back, and then David Delo Russo, who is our best candidate at center back. Ooh, this is a good center back to start with. Already because like our anticipation and work rate are two of the things we care about. And between his anticipation and work rate, he's flat. And then where it all falls apart is that he doesn't have the pace or acceleration. The pace and acceleration combined right now are a -9. But he's really only a -4 because this jumping reach was 17. So this is a -4 16-year-old. Like that gets into our team. And we just need to immediately be training him to learn how to run at all. Just please learn how to run. Boateng at right back, 15 years old. Honestly, he has some pretty good stats of his own. We'd want him to play at wing back, where he already has the pace and acceleration. He is -4 after the dribbling. Oh, not dribbling. We need jumping reach. He's a -5 after the jumping reach. And then composure -8, vision -11. Like, not a bad right back. Top prospects, we've got Walter Condemotti, who is a midfielder, and Walter Labroya, who is a wide player. Condemotti, really slow. Those are some good players. We found some good players there. I also just want to win Kasim. Let's work on doing that, shall we? Piran is out for 2 weeks with a twisted ankle, and Rao is out for 1 to 3 days. Okay. So he's injured, but like he could be back as early as tomorrow. He probably won't be. Simone Manuelo, playing for the U20s and the U18s, finds a great performance. We are expected to lose, which is not the best news. So we've got Pietro Passador back. That's already huge. We're just going to put all of our players in. So Passador is back. Nicky Stones is back. Love to see all of this. Pino. Perotti. Odi, Nicky Stones, Lysani, Vitven, Fofana. And then Malahi. Just give him more playing time. And Giuseppe. So like we're still in the mode of just like we just need to find strikers that can actually play and score. Center backs, we've got Moschetta, Barbini. Where's Kosier? There's Kosier. Left back, right back, we've got Cocolo. We've got Pino. Okay, and then midfielders. We've got Brano. Piran is injured. How injured is he? And is he still injured? Piran is injured. He's injured for 6 to 2 weeks. Okay, so we have to bring in Cancia. So Rao is our only AMC sub other than Emanuelo. Can we find Emanuelo? So Emanuelo is not fit, so we can't even bring him. just bring a whole bunch of strikers. Fode Fofana, Brandy Malage, Dauda Fofana. Comey. Okay, let's go try and win a game. We haven't won a game in 5 games. I'd love to win a game. I'd love to just win a single game. This is a game that we are predicted to lose, so like it's not a good, like, as far as picking games that we would love to win, we'd love to win this one, but it is probably the hardest of them all. We are playing 2 strikers that we haven't played in a while because all of our strikers aren't scoring, so we might as well play strikers that could potentially score. Okay. We'd love to get Lysani actually scoring. Or, you know, just not playing bad today. Since Lysani was just so bad yesterday. Or last game. Nikki Stones. Giuseppe's in behind. Giuseppe Coppola, did you finally just score your first goal of the season? Did you do it? Let's go, Giuseppe, baby! Let's go, chat! Let's go! Giuseppe Coppola. Perotti, beautiful ball in behind. Giuseppe just finds the channel, gets in behind the defense, beats the offside trap, and finally just beats the keeper. Massive goal to start us off here against Reggiano. That's how you turn around. Hey, I'm using the game frame. Love having people lurk around. You picked the right time to lurk, too. We finally just turned... We've been in horrendous form the past several games. And we're looking to turn that around. Ooh. And now we might have a penalty? Do we have anyone on our team that can take a penalty? Jean-Mario Comey on the bench can take penalties. I'm fine with Nikki Stones taking this penalty. Nice. Okay, we might get off to a really early lead here. Ricardo, please don't be actually hurt. But way to win us this penalty. Okay, Nikki Stones. Best player on the pitch. No! He had beat the keeper, and the keeper somehow came back to that. The keeper started going the wrong way and came back and got this still. Jeez. How unfortunate can you be, Nikki Stones? Lysani? Couldn't beat his man. Oof. Apparently that took a deflection to go out for a corner, but either way it was very tight. Okay, Perotti, I know that you did set up the goal, and so that's going to earn you a lot of wiggle room and favor here, but also... Nicky Stones. Perotti. In behind. Perotti, Lasani in the back post. Sammy Lasani! There we go! That's a goal! That's a goal, baby! Sammy Lasani making up for just, honestly, a couple of weeks of just really bad form as he makes this late back post run, and Perotti's able to find him completely unmarked at the back post, and he beats the goalkeeper going towards the post. Great result. Great goal. We find ourselves with a 2-goal lead, which should have been even higher if Nicky Stones hadn't missed his penalty, but that's 2 assists for Clemente Perotti in this match alone. Okay. Oh, really lucky on that one. That should have been a goal for Reggiano right there. You know, keeper of the day, the post. Way to go, Stanic. Way to get that out of there. Let's reset our defensive shape. Okay, we're pressing pretty well. We've worked them all the way back to their keeper. Wow, Pasador. What was that? I mean, I'm glad that you saved it, but also that did not look good. That looked like a really ugly save. Okay, I don't like that Pietro Pasador didn't even attempt to go for that, because that did look way closer than it probably was. And if that had actually gone in, because Pietro Pasador was just like, I'm just going to stand here and do nothing, that would have been real bad. Way to go, Nicky Stones. Nicky Stones is getting way better at this defensive positioning thing. Nice, another save from the post. Luckily, that one was offsides to begin with, but huge save from the post there. Found Perotti. Perotti back to Stanic. Riggio. Back into Perotti over the top. Perotti puts it in. Oh, that was going to be a second goal for Giuseppe Coppola right there. He was so close to that. Mota just was able to keep his hands on it, but Giuseppe Coppola was going for it. Way to go, Pietro Pasador. Okay. Nicky Stones. Malahi, Perotti. Oh, Perotti just went for that one and was not far off. Okay, we have a beautiful position here at halftime, chat. We have not been the more dominant team, but we are winning, and that's really all that matters. love to keep that going. Nikki Stones on a 6.1 is a misleading 6.1 in that, like, Nikki Stones has actually been doing pretty well. He's just on a 6.1 because he missed a penalty. And it takes a lot of work to overcome missing a penalty kick. Okay, I don't like these new Pietro Passador style, just like wax on, wax off Mr. Miyagi saves. I'd really like us to cut that out if we could. They'll let me matrix dodge out of the way and just wax on, wax off and hit the ball out. Lysani? Not gonna run onto that? Okay. Malahi, way to go. Giuseppe Coppola getting a start for the first time in a long time here and trying to make a claim for himself of like, hey, why'd you ever sit me? He's just everywhere. He's winning the headers off of the goal kicks. He's scoring the opening goals. Giuseppe Coppola is having himself a game, which, hey, I am more than happy to give you all the playing time in the world if you're going to play like this. Way to go, Gio. Way to win that. That was a dangerous little passing triangle they had there, breaking down our defense. Oh, that was bad. Little too cute there, Jordan Bustin. Little too cute. We didn't get punished for it, but also, that was a bad mistake. Perotti. Plenty of room to run with. Got a little greedy with it, though. That was a really, really heavy last touch. Riggio? Stanic? Whoa! Okay, I think that's going to go down as a own goal, but that was a fantastic strike from our right-sided center back from the long throw. Nicky Stones wins it. Riggio. Stanic trying to get back into position, but finds himself all alone at the top of the box. Shoots it near post. Bounces us of Dieguez here into the far post. Beats everybody. We're up 3-0, baby. Henry Stanic and his beautiful 1 finishing and 5 long shots, pulling off a literal miracle. Oh no. And now they finally pulled one back. It was only a matter of time. Once again, this is a team that was predicted to beat us, and so the fact that we're winning 3-1 is already a miracle, but this is a real bad one. Reinhardt here. If I'm correct, I think it comes off of Riggio. Yeah, he just kicks it, and then Riggio is in the way. It's very similar to how we scored our 3rd goal. They scored their first. Lysani for Cancia, Coppola for Dauda Fofana. Way to go, Lysani. Coppola. Odi. Malahi. There you go, Mohamed Malahi. There's a 3-goal cushion again. Our strikers. If you just swap all of our strikers to new strikers, these strikers start scoring. Vitvin also having an uncharacteristically good game. Vitvin has been kind of really bad this entire year. And he's just been, like, not bad today. I wouldn't say he's being good, but he hasn't been horrible. Okay. We've got 1 sub left. 2 subs left. Let's bring on Kosier. And let's bring on Jean-Mario. Perotti. Ooh! Is that gonna be... Oh, it's a goal kick. It was out before they touched it. Okay. Buruano, back to Kosier. Buruano, Vitvin. Ricardo Odi on the overlap. Love it. Odi, can you find someone in the channels? He's taking it himself, and that'll be a corner and an opportunity to keep applying pressure. Okay. 4-1 victory over Reggiana away from home. Couldn't have come sooner. No one gave us a chance. We had an amazing victory. Truly loved to watch that game. That was beautiful, beautiful play. Okay, so Malahi ends his goal drought. Giuseppe Coppola finally scores. Solid defense foundation victory for Memro Leone victory. That's what we always like to hear. Libertazzi has signed his deal. Perotti got a 5th yellow card, so he's suspended. Fine. Bari got a win. Chris Lucchesa continues being player of the week. Calzavara gets his 2-year contract. Pinotti gets a 2-year contract. Marchetti is leaving. Okay, so clubs in Italy that are releasing youth players. Bennett Borasio. Can we bring you in on trial? It's a midfielder. Valerio Macaroni. A winger. How good of a winger are you, Valerio Macaroni? We don't play wingers, but you can play up front. Like, you are capable of doing it. How bad are you, though? You aren't great. If we do play you as a winger, the thing you are supposed to be best at, you're a +2 with pace, a +3 after acceleration, a -4 after anticipation, a -1 after crossing, a -2 after dribbling, a -6 after jumping reach, and a -8 after composure. So, like, honestly, still not even that good. Okay. Francesco Forza, Fiorentina left winger, 19 years old. Already looking better than most of the ones we've seen. If we wanted to play as a winger, pace and acceleration gets him to a +1. Anticipation, -3. Crossing, -1. Dribbling, +1. Jumping reach, we're up to flat. Technique, we stay at flat. And composure, we go to -1. This guy might be worth signing. We don't know anything about this guy. "19-year-old striker from Juventus U20s. 5'9". He's not a great striker. Jumping reach, we're at a -6. Pace, we're up to a -3. Acceleration, we're up to a -2. Concentration, we're down to a -9. Dribbling, we're up to a -7. Vision, -11. Balance, -15. Off the ball, -17. Finishing, -16. So, like, not a great striker. There's, like, 2 players from that list that we'd maybe be interested in. Oh. So, both of the guys we asked to come in on trial are excited to come in on trial. Okay, we should be entering the top of the hour ad break, chat. Those of you that are not subs that are watching the ads help us keep the lights on, even if the lights aren't on today, because of my headache. But use this opportunity to stand up, move around, especially those of you that are lurking. If you're sitting at your desk all day for work, stand up, do a little stretch. Get yourself moving just a little bit. Moving around helps us all stay a little bit healthier. I'm going to use this opportunity to take a little bit more of my medication for my migraine, since it's not as bad as it was this morning, but it hasn't gone completely away, and I am allowed to take a little bit more of the medication to try and fix that, so we're going to see how much it helps. Because last time it helped a lot, but this one is being a little bit more persistent. Okay, we're back, chat. These players, we do want to actually still keep on our short list. For at least one more year. Sign all of our recommendations. We have some youth players that I am actually genuinely very excited about. I think the one I'm most excited about is that 16-year-old center back that's already one of the best center backs at our team. If we can give him some good playing time and things like that and start bringing him off the bench, he might be a world beater. And, like, it's not the position we're looking for, since, like, we are trying to get our next Silvio Piola, which is a striker that can lead our team, but all good offense starts with a great defense, and so if we can just start getting our center backs squared off. Okay. Training review. Praise the players. Odi. Training well. Nikki Stones continues just excelling across every metric. Giuseppe. Congrats on your goal. Let's keep the performances going. Fode Fofana. Apparently you're training well, which is great, but you're not playing well. Okay. Rao is hopefully back from injury now. Lasani. Pietro Pasador. Vitven. Regio. Malahi. I also like that you scored, but I'd love to see you, keep that effort up and perform a little bit better in training. How about that? And now Fofana's injured. Okay, so Mantova is a big game for us because Mantova is right below us in the league. Fofana is out for 2 to 3 months. Well, he wasn't playing anyways, so now he's really not playing. But yeah, they were right below us. Now we've rocketed all the way back up into 8th place. Mantova are 4 points behind us in 12th. Currently, and if we can get this win, it helps us really cement ourselves in the league, in that upper, middle of the league. Gurlo continues to find fitness. Let's get our opposition instructions in. Okay, the last time we played against this team, Bjarki Bjarkson was our savior in that he, he scored one of the goals against us, but he also got, a red card and gave us a penalty. He was great. We loved that they had him on their team. Riggio. Bustin for Kosier. Pino. Pino is in because Perotti is suspended. Odi. Nikki Stones, Lasani, Rao, Komi, Coppola. I'm fine with these. Rao is not fully fit. Barbini, Kosier. Do we have this new 16-year-old already? Diorio, I know, is one that we are also really excited about. But maybe not actually as a center back. We only want defenders, and we only want central. Not him. Not this guy. Not this guy. De La Russo, that's him. There he is. De La Russo. I want you for sub 4. Oh, he's ineligible. Okay, he already played a match today. Then we will instead pick Mansour-Thiam. Okay, so then right back, left back, we've got Jose Gerlo. I'm fine with him being our left back in this game. Right back, Nicolas Mero. Midfielders, we would like Angelo Barano. And Leonardo Piran. Piran is still injured, so Cancia. Where are you, Cancia? Cancilla. Lorenzo Cancilla was already here. Perfect. Then Milivitven. And then Mohamed Malahi. Dauda Fofana. Alessandro Migliori. Works for me. Let's go try and keep this win streak going, shall we? Let's beat Mantova. Pick up where we left off, baby. Let's go. Let's run it down their throats. Giuseppe Coppola, I especially want you to pick it up, because if Giuseppe Coppola can just start scoring again, this is over. We're at the Silvio Piola in the rain. Jotam Pustin. Sami Laisani on the overlap. Back to Odi. Back into Laisani. Back to Odi. Back to Laisani. Laisani! Ooh, that was a good shot. Great deflection to keep that out. Nicky Stone's here to take the corner. Sends it close. Riggio. Jordan Bustin on the back post. Into Giuseppe. Oh. Nice block from the defense there. Riggio was able to win that header too to get it headed towards the right direction. So far in the first 10 minutes, it's been all pro Vercelli here at the Silvio Piola, which is exactly what we wanted to see. Okay, we pick up with the highlights again. It's still Pro Vercelli highlights. We've still yet to see a Mandova highlight, which is what we want to see. We never want to see Mandova with a highlight. Jean-Mario Comi picks up the ball. Pino. Back into Comi. Comi into Rao. Back to Comi off the deflection. Out for a corner. Multiple shots in that highlight, all of them deflected. But end in a corner for Pro Vercelli, the 5th of the game. This is the first Mandova highlight we've seen. And immediately it's a turnover from Bjarksen into Emiliano Pino. Riggio, you have Justin. Jordan Bustin. Plays into Lesani. Coppola. Coppola! Giuseppe Coppola! Please be on sides, Giuseppe. Please be on sides. If Giuseppe's on sides, this is 2 goals in 2 games, which is perfect. It's everything we've ever wanted from him. No, he was off. He's on by this. He's on right now. He was on. This guy was behind him. Castellini. Okay, can we get another turnover so this is actually a Pro Vercelli highlight? Oh, Giuseppe almost got that ball. There you go, Nicky Stones. Then Stanic. Pino. Oh no, Emiliano Pino is injured. What did they just do to my boy? That's a straight red injury. Like, they're gonna make us put someone else in. Okay, Pino. The right back we brought for you is Nicholas Marrow. Oh. Apparently that took a deflection, so it's out for a corner, but... Okay, can we please keep this out? Oh, they're going short. Nice, Pietro Passador. Way to grab onto that and hold on to it. Mantova is now, you know, woken up with some highlights here in the very end of the first half, which is not how we want this to be ending. We were the better team. Let's keep it going and, like, actually get a result out of this. Like, Giuseppe, I think, literally got robbed. Giuseppe should have had that goal. By my eyes, there was no ways that he was offsides. Okay, Passador. There's Odie. Giuseppe. Oh, jeez. Just not quite there on his run in behind. Nice. There we go, Lesani. Nope, bad pass. Nicky Stones, the hero we needed. Nicky Stones just coming in there and cutting out that attack. There we go, Mero. Okay, another corner. I don't like how much Manitova we're seeing here. Giuseppe's also having a real bad game, which is not great. Once again, I do think he was robbed from not having his goal, but that's still no excuse for the 6.3 that he's putting down right now. Nice way to get that out defense. Good deflections, great clearance from Stanic. There we go. That's just a bad unforced error from them. Nicky Stones and Coppola are not doing well, though. Okay, Malahi, Comey. No. Odie, you'd played such a good game. We've been winning this game, Odie. Why'd you give away the penalty? No, Ricardo. Okay, Pietro Pasador. We need you to come up huge here. Nice, Pasador! Stood tall, took it straight down the middle, deflected it out. Massive from Pietro Pasador. Keeps us in this. We have looked so... like, tale of two halves. We were definitely the better team in the first half, and we are lucky to not be losing in the second half. And it is not going well. Rao. Come off for Vitven. Odie. You don't really have someone for Odie. Because Grelot is here for Odie, but Grelot is also really tired. But Ricardo Odie is also, you know, public enemy number one here at the Silvio Piola because he gave up the penalty that at least Pietro Pasador was an absolute hero and saved it, but... Oof. Comey almost getting a goal there. Bjarkson, please win us this game. Malahi. Okay, just get it out. Reset the press. Nice Odie. Comey plays it into Cancia. Malahi. Into Cancia. Cancia with the shot. Honestly, a really good shot. Low, driven. Goalkeeper had some trouble with it. We've pulled it out here at the very end, into the point that we are looking kind of even. If this ends a draw, we're happy as long as we don't concede. No, don't like that turnover from Comey. Nice Stanic. Jean Mario. Henry Stanic. A bad pass from Henry Stanic. Nice Reggio, way to win that. Cancia. Bruano can't keep it. Nice Stanic, Comey, Vitvin, Malahi. Come on, it's 2v3, but you can figure something out. Vitvin in behind. Vitvin was A, onside for that, which I find impossible to believe, and B, somehow didn't score that absolutely insane kick that he just made. Malahi puts it in. Odi, top of the box. Work it back in there. Jordan Bustin, that's not who we want taking that shot. Okay, Magioni. Okay, we've got to just hold on for 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Great to see you again, Tetsu. I don't know if you've heard the news, but as of yesterday, we're going to have to try and find a way to slot in some Monster Hunter World time, because Rat King has been very generous and has donated to the stream because it's on an incredible sale. Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. So we're going to try and find a time in the next little while here to get some Monster Hunter multiplayer going. And I know you're a big Monster Hunter fan, so... Exactly. In that I know literally nothing. And I don't even know when we're going to do it or how we're going to do it at this point. I still have to figure out literally all of those logistics. All I know is that now that we have the game, it's going to happen. And we're going to have to figure that out. I mean, I will take that. I will take this draw. Odi had a horrible game. Jean-Mario Comey and Mili Vitvin and Giuseppe Coppola should have won this game. Just like the offsides goal that wasn't offsides, the Mili Vitvin wonder strike that somehow got saved, Comey's like uncontested header that also got saved. Like great goalkeeping from the Monteveno goalkeeper today for sure, but they have the first confirmed relegation from the league. Casertana has confirmed been relegated from Serie PKT. There is no way that they can make up enough points to escape the relegation zone with 34 games already being played. To be fair, I think there's only 4 more games left in the season. And right now, we are, for some unknown reason, out of the promotion playoffs. There you go. I have it now on PC, and I at least, after stream yesterday, downloaded it. Like I said, I have to figure out when I'm going to play it, and how we are going to play it, but it is, the one thing I will guarantee is that because of the generosity of all of you, it will happen. Nikki Stones got suspended. Okay. What this does mean is that we have essentially guaranteed the fact that we aren't going down. Right now we're playing for the fact of like, hey, if we could sneak into a promotion playoff, like, we'll take it, but we have essentially guaranteed that there's no way we are going down. Piran's back from injury, so we love that. So we have Palermo into Sampdoria next week. They're mostly getting better, which is the main thing. We love that. Let's go Nicky Stones. Gotta praise the players. Keep the mentality high. Vitven. Pietro Pasador. Cristiano Ferno. Let's go. We should know more about Barazio now. Okay. So this is the midfielder from Juventus that's going to be out of contract that we were interested in. Anticipation, -1. Acceleration, -2. Composure, -6. Pace, -4. Dribbling, -9. Jumping reach, -6. He's not bad. He's not bad. Chat. Is he good? No. He's not bad. He's about as good as Cancia, but we already have Cancia, so we're not really interested in making this move unless we really don't have anyone. Andrea Vukioi, also a midfielder. Midfielder with anticipation that we like. Anticipation, like, acceleration gets him to a -2, though. Dribbling gets him to a -3. Anticipation, like, acceleration, -2. Composure, -3. Pace, -5. Dribbling, -6. Jumping reach, only a -2. So overall, this is a really good DM. We might actually be interested in this man. What would to run us? Fringe player? I'm fine with fringe player. No money? Sounds good. Like I was just talking to Gentetsu here about Midnight Campaign. I also have it downloaded. I haven't built a character because I'm not going to do anything not recorded. I don't know when we are going to Monster Hunter. All I know is that we are going to Monster Hunter at some point. It might be just we try to burst through as much of the Darkest Dungeon that we have left. Since we're almost done with Darkest Dungeon, we're probably done either by the end of the month or at the latest, like kind of halfway through March. And then it might take over the Thursday slot. But it's also, I want to do it when there are people that are available to play. Love it. But it would also be one of those where it's like, I stream usually during hours while you guys are all at work. It would be playing with me. Yeah, the thing is like there isn't a huge story, and it's not the most crunchy, which is a real problem. But I have watched people play Wilds and things like that. Hey, I'm right there with you, Gentetsu. Job market has not been my friend. My big news for today is that I got a job finally. It's part-time and like maximum probably like 20 hours a month, but it's still the first job that I've been able to interview and actually be able to accept in months. And I know you've been in the predicament for much longer than that, but yeah, good news is good news. Is it enough to pay all the bills that I need to do? No. But it is a step in the right direction, and if we can pick up like some weekend shifts or whatever somewhere, or another one of these kind of variable part-time jobs, in the aggregate we can start getting closer to what I need to be doing and the amount of income I need to be getting. So like I'm still looking, but this is a huge pickup. Apparently we made the playoffs of the U18 Division 1. Okay. Let's see if we can win this game. Barbini for Riggio, Kosier for Jordan Bustine. Since Kosier, you haven't gotten any better, have you? Simone Kosier still has +1 after anticipation, +4 after jumping reach, -4 from work rate. Yeah, he hasn't gotten any better. Malahi scored more recently than Gian Mario Comi, so we'll put Malahi in. Barbini, Kosier, Muschetta, Ferno, Cocolo, Cancia, where are you, Buruano? There you are, Angelo Buruano. Milivitven. And then Komi. Shocker, I guess, can stay. Malaj. Oh, Malaj is injured. Mancino, I guess. Okay, let's go try and play this, chat. Let's try and get this win. This is against Palermo. They're one of the best teams in the league. We win this, we're in the top 8. We lose this, we are at least not getting relegated. It's one of the last 4 matches of the season, so we just really want to win it. We want to win all of them. But we're trying to secure ourselves survival and a guaranteed finish in the Serie BKT. We just need to make sure that we don't drop enough points that if someone gets 10 points, they relegate us. Like, we should mathematically be safe at this point, but teams all the way up to 16th in this league can potentially get relegated. Lysani, Stanic, Odi. Thank you, ref. Ooh, we're setting the tone early with this ref. That's a really early yellow card. Malahi. Give him someone to pass to, guys. Well, we'll take a corner, I guess. Going back post with it. Stanic is there. Ooh. Okay, so they're giving a handball to Henry Stanic, apparently. There we go, Stanic. Way to win that. Perotti in behind the defense. There we go. Lysani switches the field. Piran. Rao. Rao top of the box. Gotta hit your knee over that. Keep that down. And drive it home. Okay, goalkeeper here. Jeez, if there are 3 yellow cards between the two teams in the first 15 minutes of this game. This ref is out to fill a quota. Perotti in behind. Finds Rao. Nope, can't get there. Leads him a little too much. Odi, though, now. The ball in a dangerous area. Works it into the box. Piran. Back to Odi. That'll be a corner. Brow. Coppola. Odi. That was... Honestly, I don't know why that goalkeeper caught that. Because that was never going to be dangerous. That was for sure going out. Is that Yari Verscharen? Yari Verscharen's like a real player. Yeah, that's Yari Verscharen. No wonder he just scored that. Crazy. That's just way too much room to give him, Sammy. Asani was just way too often. Piran over to Perotti. Perotti in behind the defense. Perotti. That deserved a finish. That was a beautiful ball. It beat the goalkeeper. Where were any of my strikers trying to get on the end of that? Way to go with the block. Rao is in behind the defense here. Rao. That is evil work from the goalkeeper to keep Rao out. That was a great run and a really good chance, and that should have been a goal. Only thing that prevented it from being a goal was just some stellar goalkeeping from the Palermo goalkeeper. Odi, keeping it alive. Put it back in. Lysani, top of the box. We're dangerous in attacking, but we're not getting the results we need from those attacks. Rao, back to Lysani. Piran. Odi. Crazy save from Desplanche there. Okay, Malahi with the long throw. Giuseppe Coppola. Back to Mohamed Malahi. There we go, Emanuele Rao. That's how you get an equalizer. We're back in this game, chat. Malahi gets this ball from Riggio in over the top. And just off the volley, perfect delivery. Emanuele Rao right where you want him, center of the box. Beautiful goal from our attacking midfielder there. That's how you answer back right before halftime. We are by far the better team in this half, chat. Perotti. Give him a run. We are all guns blazing at the end of this first half, chat. There's Pietro Passador. Lysani. Malahi. Malahi in behind. Ooh, couldn't get there first before the keeper, though. Giuseppe, Rao, Malahi, Giuseppe. Ricardo Odi. Took it into the box. Rao Odi. Odi's been shooting well today, which is once again like, we don't want our left back to be the one that's taking all the shots, but if he's doing a good job, I don't hate it. Into Giuseppe. Giuseppe beats his man with the touch. He's got Odi behind him. Odi has Piran. Oh, that bounced around the box. If only any of our players had the, forethought and the state of mind to actually put a foot onto any of those deflections, it probably would have deflected into the back of the net. We got 20 seconds left. One more attack. Yeah, I agree. Palermo FC do look unable to cope with Pro Vercelli at the moment. Last kick of the game. Last kick of the half. That's the end of a very thrilling first half, but we should be able to win this game. It has been all Pro Vercelli here today. 14 shots, 7 on target. XG of 2.43. I just want us to keep it up. That was a bad turnover there from Stanic. Yuri Verscharen again from distance. That's what did us in the first time. There we go. Settle it down. Okay. I'm fine with no highlight. I want us to win this back from the long ball here. There we go, Stanic. Giuseppe maybe attack the ball, not just wait for it. A little passive there, Giuseppe. It adds up to nothing in the long run, which is fine, but... Very bad finish. We love that. Rao. Okay, back to Lesani. Lesani driving. Perotti. God, come on, Perotti. Get to the end of that ball. Les Piran. Perotti. Piran. Piran? Ooh. We'll take a corner, though. We'll take a corner off that. There you go, Malahi. Perotti. Ricardo Odi. Ricardo Odi! Desplanche, we're able to keep that safe. Once again, hate that it's our left back taking these shots, but if it's going to be our left back taking these shots, he's at least taking good shots. Jordan Bustin. Up to Odi. In behind to Giuseppe. Giuseppe Coppola here with people with him. Goes back to Odi. Leonardo Piran. Piran. Oh, Leonardo Piran with an absolute rifle. Top of the box, right foot. Far corner puts Provercelli up 2 over Palermo's 1. You could have seen this coming from a mile away, and I do think that we were very much deserving of another goal sometime soon. And finally, Perron just finds enough space at the top and buries it in the top right corner. Lasani, let's get Boruano in here. Perotti, let's get Mancino on. Give the youngster some time. Okay, let's try and end this game with a win. Piran out for apparently Fasano. Odi out for Kokolo. Malahi off for Komi. And then let's start turning on our time wasting, lowering our tempo. Okay, we've got to hold on for another minute and a half, chat. There we go, Pasador. Just hold on to this. Just keep on to it. You know what? That's a huge victory, chat. 2-1 over Palermo at Palermo. Sees us solidify ourselves into 9th place. Palermo falls down to 5th. It's a great victory. No one gave us a chance, but we played spectacularly. And then, unfortunately, chat, I think that that's going to be it for us today. Started the stream with a migraine. We're already 200 milligrams of my migraine medication in, and my head still really hurts, and it's not really getting any better. And so I think that that's, of anything, going to be as great of a moment to end on. And then we'll get to have all of the benefits of, we know we are not going to be relegated. We have confirmed no relegation. We've paid out all the bonuses. We are at the very minimum staying in Serie BKT. But it brings the end of the season coming down to the Friday stream. And I think that that's where I want to leave it. Thank you all for coming out and supporting. I don't know exactly what I'm going to need to do, but I'm probably going to go eat some more food and just lay down. I've been in the dark already all day, so this is going to be just kind of the continuation of that. But thanks. No relegation is great news. We've accomplished our goal for the season. Now it's how high can we finish is the next goal. But until then, I have been Sam. This has been the Jank Drawer. Thanks for coming for this abbreviated, no headcam, no face cam stream. And thanks for sharing in the good news with me. I will talk to you all tomorrow for some midweek rank check, assuming that my headache doesn't get any worse. Till then, thank you all. Bye-bye.